Hi guys, welcome back to our Express Pilates class. My name is Chris Neeson. I'm an exercise physiologist and clinical Pilates instructor, and that's what these videos are all about, giving you some Pilates exercises and classes that you can do in the comfort of your own home. Now in today's class we're going to be going through some exercises that you can do if you're pregnant. If you're not pregnant, it doesn't matter, you'll still get a really great workout, but it is specifically designed to do throughout the entire course of your pregnancy, and we'll talk about the changes that happen throughout the different trimesters. If you're enjoying the classes, I recommend you head over to our website. It's betterexercise.com.au. I've got heaps more videos, resources and information over there so you can take a look. You can also find out about the services we offer here at the clinic. We're going to make a start. Down on your hands and knees, we'll run through some cat stretches, get everything loosened up. So on your hands and knees, we're going to set up with your shoulders just above your hands and your hips above your knees, and in this position just rounding your back up as high as you can. Our chin's tucked down to our chest and our pelvis is tucked under. From there we reverse, we sink down to the bottom and we're looking up towards the roof. Rounding up as high as you can again, chin drawn down towards the chest. Think about opening through the lower back, trying to get that rounding. Then we reverse down, we sink down to the bottom. At the bottom, let your shoulder blades collapse in together. Just hold for half a second to a second in each direction. Continue back and forth. What we're doing, we're taking every single vertebrae to its full range of movement. All the way down from your tailbone, all the way up to the neck. Really nice way to loosen up. Now, as I mentioned today, we're working through exercise that you can do during your pregnancy. I always recommend first thing, discussing with your GP whether it's suitable to exercise during pregnancy. In the majority of cases it's not a problem, but if you've got any issues like diabetic type blood sugar issues or blood pressure pre-eclampsia, then you might need to just be mindful and adjust it and really see an exercise physiologist. And on that, it is always good to have your exercise program instructed by an exercise professional, but if it's just going to be getting some walking or something, you really can just do that without worrying too much. Okay, on this next one, rounding your back up as high as you can, so arching up towards the top, and then sinking down towards the bottom as low as you can. And on this next one, I want you to hold midway. So in this neutral spine, we've got just that small curve through your lower back. Keeping that neutral position, I just want you to slide a leg out without letting your hips move, and then back in. So our toes are just going to slide along the ground, and then come back underneath you. And sliding away, and coming underneath you. We'll just do a couple more of those. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging from there, you can try adding that leg lift. So as well as stretching it out, we're going to be lifting the leg up towards the roof. Make sure we maintain this neutral spine. Now, a few things to be mindful of when you are pregnant and exercising. Mindful of your body temperature and your heart rate. We want to avoid overdoing it, particularly as a pregnancy progresses. You don't have the ability to work to quite as high temperatures, your body will overheat a lot quicker. So just be aware of what's happening. Be aware of how you feel, make sure you feel well whenever you exercise, drink plenty of water. We want to be mindful of different exercises that create excessive loading, or we're putting in unbalanced positions. Again, as the pregnancy progresses, you can discuss this with an exercise physiologist to get the most suitable exercises. On this next one, stretch your arm away. Pilates in particular is a really great exercise you can do throughout the pregnancy. You can do it here at the clinic in our classes, in our clinical Pilates classes. And we just follow all the guidelines, avoiding lying on your back for a prolonged period, particularly in the third trimester. Just as the baby's weight increases, we don't want to have any blockage of a vena cava that supplies blood back to the heart. So keep going with that arm and leg if this feels comfortable. And what exercise is really good for, strengthening exercise around your core and around your hips, is helping minimize any hip pain, any lower back or neck pain. As the pregnancy progresses, we start to get a lot more lax through our ligaments. We're obviously carrying a lot more weight, shifts the body weight forwards as well. So keeping all those things in mind, Pilates is a really good way to help balance you out and keep you strong throughout the pregnancy. We're going to do a couple more of these. Just controlled breathing throughout. And if you're feeling comfortable on this next one, I want you to hold it out there
We're just going to do small pulses, bringing the hand and leg an inch up and down. If this is too challenging, just keep going in and out. If it's too challenging in the arms, just do the legs. Find what's suitable for you. Hand and knee down. We're going to swap sides, same over on the other side, 10 seconds. Small pulses up and down. Keep your breathing going. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hand and knee down. We're going to go into child's pose. I want you to separate your knees, keeping your feet together. We're just bringing the chest down, the belly down towards the ground, reaching away. Have your hands together in the middle of the mat. I want you to look under one shoulder, rotate to that side, and then look under the other shoulder, rotate, just going side to side, lifting your shoulder up. The hands stay together in the middle, the knees will be out. Just good to loosen everything up. We can get very tight through the back during the pregnancy. So doing some stretching and this strength work is really important to help maintain your mobility. One more either side, pushing into that stretch. And then to the other side. And let's come onto our side now. I'm going to go into a hip abduction or a straight leg raise. So resting with your head on your arm, your top leg straight. I want you to roll this top hip forwards a little bit. Think about rolling that hip forwards, keeping that position of the hip. And I want you to lift your leg up and down, leading with the heel first. This hand, it's going to be on your hip bone here. You should be able to feel that bony part at your side. As I mentioned before, strengthening up around your hips and core is really important, particularly for minimizing pelvic girdle pain, either at the pubic symphysis at the front or the SIJ at the back. The stronger you are around your hips, as the baby gets bigger, as you get a bit heavier, we're going to have a lot more stability around the hip joints. We're leading with our heel as we lift the leg up, and I want you to keep that leg as long as you can. It's just a small movement, so just do what feels right for you. Just a small movement up and down. We've got 20 seconds. You should be able to feel your glutes working. Just continuous breathing throughout, making sure we're not holding our breath at any point. Last 10 seconds now. I want you to lift up and hold, and we're going to circle that leg. We're at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting down. Well done. I'm going to swing around. I want you to roll over. We'll do that same exercise on the other side. Once again, head resting down the arm. Keep your bottom knee bent. With your top hip, roll it forwards as far as you can. Leading with the heel first, but it's lifting that top leg up and down. Keep that as long as possible. Your hand on your hip here, head resting down. That's going to keep the upper body relaxed. Leading with the heel first. Continuous breathing. Now, any exercise you were doing prior to the pregnancy is going to be suitable to continue throughout the pregnancy. You will need to ratchet in a little bit, decrease the intensity, minimize any really loaded, really strong abdominal work, minimize any heavy abdominal flexion. I'll just repeat that. Any exercise you were doing prior to the pregnancy, you can continue throughout. Once you're in that pregnancy, you're better off to be guided by an exercise physiologist and your GP to see whether it's suitable to start a new program. We're at 20 seconds on this exercise, because some exercises or some type of exercise may be too much of a jump during your pregnancy. Lift the leg up and hold, circle that leg over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting down. Well done. Onto your back now. We're going to continue with this hip work. Doing a spine curl. This is where we tuck our pelvis and then we lift the hips up one vertebrae at a time, coming up into a bridge, and then we're putting our rib cage down first, rolling the spine down. Depending on how large the baby is, you'll get quite a good resistance just having the baby there to lift up against. So this exercise will be quite challenging. Focus on squeezing your glutes as you lift up each time. And it's that peeling of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, lifting up and then rolling back down. We can inhale and then we'll exhale as we lift up. So use a breath out as you lift up. Inhale as you roll back down. Exhale to lift. One vertebrae at a time. Try and get that movement through the entire length of the spine. Now, in terms of doing abdominal exercises, that's going to change throughout the trimester. Typically, During the first trimester, we are able to continue with our normal abdominal exercises, doing sort of crunches, sit-ups, all those types of things. During the second to third trimester, we want to minimise abdominal flexion. We want to minimise heavy loaded abdominal exercise. So even maybe just doing a plank starts to become too much. And that depends on the size of the baby and the separation of your diastasis recti, that bit that connects your six-pack together on either side. As we start to get separation there, we want to minimise that heavy abdominal work. We want to focus more on working your pelvic floor, working your transverse abdominals, your deeper core muscles. Just a couple more with this spine curl. And the stronger you are through those deeper muscles, the stronger you are in general, the better the birth you'll have, the easier and the quicker it will be. Good, and just rolling back down. Let's hug your knees into your chest. Bring them in and just circle the knees side to side to release the hips. We're going to do one more exercise. Bring your feet back down to the mat. I want you to think about engaging your abdominals. Lifting your pelvic floor, drawing your belly button down towards your spine. So it's a tightening in of the belly button and lifting the pelvic floor. Holding that engagement, bring a leg up to tabletop, so there's a leg float, and then bring it back down. Relax. Reset, pelvic floor lifted, belly button drawn down, same on the other leg. Each time, relax, reset, go again. Make sure your pelvis doesn't rotate at all as we do this movement. We engage those muscles to hold the pelvis strong. Now if this feels easy, and if you're not pregnant, it may be easy. If you're early in the pregnancy, it may be easy. Later on, you're probably going to find just this is quite challenging, and that will be enough. If you want to make it harder though, lift your second leg up. So we're going one leg at a time, up, up, and then one leg at a time, back down and down. Making sure you hold your pelvis neutral and you hold the lower back in neutral, so you're not arching up at all. Just alternate which leg you do, swap sides each time. So what we're focusing on is engaging our deeper core muscles and stabilising our pelvis, two really important functions. On this next one, bring the leg up, stretch it out, bring it in and down. Again, same on the other leg, so there's the easier option, and then harder, we're bringing both legs out, stretching them away, and then bringing both legs back down. Gets quite challenging as we start to bring both legs into it. One leg out and back in. Just find what's suitable for you. You can stay with one leg, you can go to two legs, or if you want to go harder again, last 30 seconds, just continue with that leg stretch in and out, making sure we're holding neutral, holding the belly button drawn in. We've got 20 seconds. Keep those legs really strong in tabletop. Continuous breathing. We're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug your knees into your chest. Just finish off one more time, circling the knees side to side. Once again, well done guys, really great class today. Now, just to let you know, our classes here at the clinic, they are suitable for people who are pregnancy. So if you're interested, either give us a call or send us an email. We can have a chat and see if they're suitable. Check out all the information, once again, betterexercise.com.au. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.